And I do have the issues straightened out. So we get a few on here. Give everybody a chance to jump in. We'll get rolling. And maybe we do that. Let me take a quick look here. No, I better not. Okay, Liquid Gal, how you doing? I hope you had a good Christmas. Uh, GM Railroad. Okay, we have a few on here now. And there's Lynn down in nice, warm, cozy Texas. Okay, one or two more on here. We'll roll. And I had some issues there, as you know, on Christmas Eve. And there's Irish. I got that figured out. The system was overloaded anyways. It was just a technical issue on my end. I had some stuff eating up the CPU, and I got that straightened out. It went from 69 or 70 plus CPU usage, and I'm back down to 10% where I should be. So you put up your tent yesterday, Lynn. Perfect. So there's Marie. Okay, so it's a typical cold winter. Snow, ice, freezing rain, illegal immigrants, all that stuff. What happened? What happened in Quebec just the other day? We had some illegals that came through. And there were 19 Haitians. I know this sounds like a pretty small, minute number to our American friends, but this is on a daily basis now, right? And this is just this bunch that they grabbed, right? So there's a lot more than that. And let's see, the group ranging from 1 to 60 years old crossed irregularly into Quebec's Montérégie, something like that, region near Havelock. Railroad up to the cabin. No, I didn't. Anyways, they alerted by the U.S. Border Patrol around 6 p.m. on December 25th, coming in for Christmas dinner, I guess they were, eh? Officers searched in extreme cold until 10:30 p.m., finding them hidden nearby. 6 needed frostbite treatment, and police arrested a man for picking them up, seizing his vehicle. He's probably got it back by now. All requested asylum and now face processing under the Safe Third Country Agreement. That is a crock of crap. They were in a safe country. Amid broader drops in claims and rising deportations in 2025. Is that so? I wish it was. Seems to me all 19 Haitian invaders have applied for asylum. This is from Bruce Barrett. This wasn't hard to predict. Now they will be put up in luxury hotel rooms, get $84 a day for food, and cost us $82,000 a year. Meanwhile, 80,000 people in Ontario are homeless, freezing, and starving. It was reportedly to the RCMP by the USBP. The first group of 15 people hidden in the woods was located by officers. Billboard Chris replies, Canada had 83,000 new asylum claims this year, a key inflow metric for potential unauthorized stays, while deportations totaled 19,000. There's something wrong with that. For sure, 83,000 in, 19 out. That doesn't work. Conservative numbers estimate 500,000 illegals remain, and 11 to 12 million, or 27 to 29% of the entire country, are not citizens. So that's how we end the year. I don't think the new year is going to be any different. Everybody's welcome. Come on in, right? Trudeau's famous words. How to take down a country. ASAP. So, and the problem is, people coming in aren't the great people that we really need. And the great people we have are leaving and heading to the U.S., so they got a little bit of stability and can actually get a job and make some money and live a half normal life. And the ones coming in mooch off the rest of us that are left here. So I think we're stuck with them. They're probably pretty safe. Since they're the new ones. They're up way, just remember now, there's 83,000 ahead of them that could possibly, maybe, not doubtfully, but maybe could be deported. So they got 83,000 ahead of them. They're good to go for a while. And the rest of us, poor schmucks, will just pay the price and suffer it out. So, we have some issues. We have a lot of issues. Sorry, I misspoke there. Not some. We have a lot. There's we have where is it here? I got to start this over. I do. This really gets the blood flowing to begin with. I hate to start out this way, but that's life in Canada. The U.S. is finally getting their issues straightened out. I'm not sure. We'll take a look at this video anyways. It's a short video. It's 1 minute long. I'm doing these 1 minute videos, right? It's easier to get the point across.
And I'm moving in slow motion.
Look at
My
this
blood
lot.
sugar is really
Look at
low.
this lot. What blood
And my
sugar?
ketones,
Hey, you
which is the
support
way
murderers.
you
Look
measure
at
the
you
amount of
lot. Look at you
toxins
lot.
that your body
Look at you
produces
lot.
by
It's
eating
a
itself,
blood place to
burning
be
through
criminal
fat and
offence,
muscle
terrorists.
instead of
You are
calories.
terrorists, all one of you. The lot of you.
Oh,
Terrorist supporters.
Oh, really hard.
All right, you've got blood on your hands from last
You
week in
fellow
Sydney.
homosexuals.
All right, you've got blood in your hands. You've blood in your hands, the lot of you. You have blood on your hands. The lot of you, blood on your hands. All right, you're disgusting.
Making sure I have hot
Disgusting
water.
human beings.
Coming to
Absolute
socialise in my
disgusting.
cell.
Look at you.
Lending me clothes.
Sharing propaganda bullshit. What
Lending
got
me
15
clothes to
people
people.
murdered? You're disgusting. You don't know what you're talking about. Have you been to Israel? Have you been to Israel? Have you been to Israel lately? When did you go last? When did you go last? Exactly.
The hunger strike has
Exactly.
sharpened
And
the
capo,
reality
by the way,
of
it's not racist. The
the
police deemed
shouting
it not
and
racist.
screaming
You
from
are a
the
disgusting
screws
capo.
and the arbitrariness of the
Horrible
rules
people.
they enforce.
Disgusting.
But in an
So that's what's going on still down in Australia after Bondi Beach mess there, that the people were taken out by the extremists. But that was the Aussie video, but this one here is from Vancouver, Canada. So this is not surprising for Vancouver. It's not surprising for Canada, or even the Western world, as a matter of fact. The way it's all being played out, we have a lot of liberal wackos that I guess they just, I don't know what it is. They're hell-bent on destroying themselves and taking us down with them. So, anyways, this one here is it's almost a 4-minute video from Vancouver, and this is recent. I don't see any snow there, but that's typical for downtown Vancouver. I'll bring this one up now. I want to just check the audio. Yeah, it looks not bad. I'll bring it down a little bit maybe. Here we go.
But when you put a flag of another country on property of another country, that's a declaration of something. So that thing needs to be taken off.
Those are the voices that were here peacefully presenting. So I want
You don't speak for me!
that we're
You don't speak for me!
here to if you provocateurs. You just see the example.
And you don't speak for me or any of my friends!
When you stand in the wrong side of history, all you can do is shout because you have no arguments. So we're here for peace. We're
You
here peacefully
you don't speak for me! I was just letting them know that I'm bringing my speakers here next week.
As you all know,
And we're gonna celebrate Canada.
If you go up there and you rip something down,
I'm just gonna snip it, so it's
Right,
off.
so snipping,
Yeah.
you've now committed a criminal offense of mischief.
Okay, so if I go up there and snip that rope so the flag comes down, he's telling me that I've committed a criminal offense and I'll go to jail for it.
I'm not saying you're going to jail.
Okay, well, if I'm arrested, arrest me. Because just let me know beforehand. If you have to arrest me, arrest me.
Don't arrest.
I know you don't want to, but they're not allowed to hang things up there. They're not allowed to have tents here either. But so by them putting this here every Saturday, and it's been recorded for over a year, every Saturday, I would think they're committing an offense by putting this stuff up here. Is that correct? And that's all great.
Every group, right? So whether it's
Okay.
Iranian, whether it's the Christian group,
I'm not talking about any other groups. We're Canadian. I don't care about other groups.
the playing field has to be fair for everyone.
The playing field has to be fair for Canadians. And this isn't very Canadian. That's what my art gallery that used to be the law courts of British Columbia. You understand that?
And I'm not refuting that. Okay? What I don't want is
I'm taking it down.
so let's going up there and snipping that.
It's coming down, but I'm serious. It's coming down. I don't want people to, my back's too sore to walk around, so I hide the shit out of this one. This area is owned and managed by the city of Vancouver. Has nothing to do with the art gallery. It's all city property, so it has nothing to do with the art gallery.
The steps.
The steps, the art gallery, it's all city. It's all owned by a city. It's all managed by a city. So it's nothing to do with the art gallery. So the art gallery security guy that you talk to, he can't tell you. It's actually you get to tell him. And that's not a Canadian flag hanging on our property, which is a declaration of, I'm not even going to say that word. I can't watch my language because it's called decibels. Woo! I can't hear my language though because someone's got a loudspeaker and I can't hear anything.
So before we start today, and before we're getting to listen,
Bro, you got to be ashamed of yourself, sir.
getting ready for the march,
You're disrespecting that hat you're wearing, bro.
and I know you're looking forward to our usually very warm march as we take to the streets of Vancouver, as we take our voices to the streets of Vancouver. But before that, I want to remind you of a few different things. We're joining here, and I want to remind all of us that we're here in community, that we're here in unity. I know that many of us come from different political stands, has different political beliefs,
I haven't talked to anyone.
ideology. I know many of us come from different ethnic backgrounds, pray differently, have different religions, but we're all here for one thing, which is our solidarity with Palestine. We're all here for one thing, which is that we stand united against genocide and war. We're all here for one thing, which is we are proud and we're peacefully standing here.
No, it's not your space. I can stand wherever I want.
So we'll continue.
Yeah. So they just love to move in, take over, and they know that the police are going to support them and protect them, and they're going to lock any Canadian up that speaks out against them or makes any move. It's sad, but it's the Western countries that are going down. I'm sure you've probably seen that Mark Carney just gave more money to Ukraine. Here's one more here from Canada. This, I think, is Toronto. Toronto's a mess. Country's a mess. The West is a mess. Yeah, it's downtown Toronto. This was posted 15 hours ago, so it's pretty recent then. They're going to need snowsuits coming up by the looks of things. Better bring it up here on the screen so you can see what I'm looking at.
For emergency service. If we have fire or whatever, you're not allowed here.
These bad people.
Hey, you don't fucking touch her.
Don't fucking touch me.
Don't touch her. You're the one who's touching her. Don't touch her.
Don't move where I'm walking.
Hey, you don't come.
I live here, and this roadway is against the law to block. In Canada, it's against the law.
Are you okay?
It's not engaged. It's not engaged. I live here, and these are our roadways. These are our roadways for safety and to get to our jobs and to go to the TTC.
I would love to accompany you for your sake. Let's go.
I'm not going that way.
Okay, whichever way you want to go, we'll go.
Whoa, really?
I don't understand what the other guy-
Listen. Totally unacceptable in Ontario. Totally unacceptable. Why we allow this in our government is totally unacceptable.
Come on your scooter and follow me.
This is totally unacceptable with our laws. With our laws in Canada and Ontario, blocking the intersection is against the law. What is it you don't get here? It's totally unacceptable.
It's totally unacceptable. It's against the law, but the police allow it and they protect them. So we definitely have a. This starts at the top, but you got to look at Chow, the mayor, right? So there's a basket case, and I don't know if I think I have one here of her. Pretty sure I do. Just give me a minute here, I'll find it. She had a meeting with the Islamists, and it was just typical of her. Here it is. Bring this up here. See if I can get it. I can't get a full screen on it. It's just an image. There she is meeting, and she's got the burqa, I guess it is. It's not the full face burqa, but she's dressed in or hijab. It's a hijab, I guess. She met with the city's Muslim community leaders. Look, the guy doesn't even have shoes on, sitting there in his bare feet, like he's out walking in the desert sand or something. He's in Toronto. That's another just a display of the ignorance of them. So anyways, there's Chow sitting there, and they're talking about Islamophobia. That's what she's meeting about them with. And no, that is a made-up term by the Brotherhood, and we're not. A phobia is a scare. We're not scared of them. And if they just let us have our way, they'd find out how unafraid we are. And they'd be running down the streets instead of praying on their knees or their butts in the streets. They'd be clearing the streets because if the Canadians had their way, the cops would just step back for a few days. Yeah, mission accomplished. And I think a lot of them would be trying to head for a different country. But the propaganda is ripe. Propaganda is ripe, folks. They're pushing it. This one here, it's going to be AI. It's definitely not real. These poor children in Gaza. These poor children. They're freezing and hungry. You know, like, somebody's got to look after them. You know, look at them. That's inhumane. You know, these poor kids out there. There's only one problem. It doesn't snow in Gaza. This is the crap they're trying to pull on people, right? It has never snowed in Gaza. So there's where's this one here? This is Toronto. This is a Christmas in Toronto, eh? You know how that goes now. This is just a quick one. Well, it's 3.5 minutes. Okay, that's enough of that one. You get the point. You see what reason I put that one up there? These are like university age females and males, totally brainwashed, coming out of the universities, joining with the radicals, the Islamists, and protesting in favor of them. We're in serious, serious trouble. This is the Western countries, not just Canada and the US, the UK, New Zealand, Australia. Europe's starting to clean their act up. They're kicking some out now. But it's a long ways from done. But then you go to Russia, you know, that horrible country run by Putin, and the oppression and the poverty due to the war of the Russian citizens. And, you know, it's just the people of Russia are suffering so bad. Now, here's a video of Russia at Christmas this year. I gotta bring it up here for you to see. And here we go. 2-minute video.
They said that it's not over Christmas.
You gotta mute that music. Probably already got a strike on it. I get them all the time. So there they are in Russia. There's a few things missing there, isn't there? There's no barricades for stop cars or trucks from ramming through their Christmas gatherings. There's no flags and megaphones. There's none of that. Actually, it looks pretty good. I could probably handle that. I don't see anybody starving. I don't see any food bank lineups. They're definitely not sending any money to Ukraine, to the corrupt Ukraine. That's right, Emma, no burkas. It looks like a normal Western country. But it's not a Western country. It's from the Eastern countries, like Poland and Hungary. They're all, that's right, no East Indians. They're all Russians. And they're all having a pretty darn good time, it looks like. So our media, the propaganda in our media is totally disgusting. And these people that support this government would not believe that. They'd say, that's government, that's Russian propaganda. No, it's not. It's really not. It wasn't put on by, well, Pravda's not around anymore, but RT today, it wasn't that. It was just a YouTuber or whatever, not a YouTuber, it was on X, but yeah, that's daily life in Russia. And I'm sure our politicians would hate to see that. Well, they're liberal politicians anyways. Now, going back, let's go back to 2020. And this was posted by Marty Up North. Marty Up North, he puts out a lot of good stuff. And this is a flashback to the terrible Trudeau days. And I'll show you Marty's comment after this little video. Bear with me, it's 2.5 minutes of Justin Trudeau. I'm torturing you people, aren't I? Here we go.
This morning, I can announce that the Government of Canada, in partnership with Canadian banks, is investing nearly $221 million to launch Canada's first ever Black Entrepreneurship Program. The Government of Canada's share will be nearly $93 million over 4 years as part of this program. The Black Entrepreneurship Program will help thousands of Black business owners through our economic recovery and into the months and years ahead. I'd like to take a moment to thank our partners for working with us to address an issue Black Canadians have faced for far too long. The Black Entrepreneurship Program will include funding to support 3 new initiatives: a national ecosystem fund, a Black Entrepreneurship loan fund, and a Black Entrepreneurship knowledge hub. Let me start with the National Ecosystem Fund. Black business owners and entrepreneurs often have a hard time getting the right tools and mentorship to succeed. With this new National Ecosystem Fund, Black entrepreneurs will have access to financial planning services and business training they need for the months and years to come. Black entrepreneurs also continue to face systemic barriers when it comes to accessing loans from financial institutions. That's what the second part of our program, the Black Entrepreneurship Loan Fund, will tackle. With this new fund, Black businesses will be eligible for loans of up to $250,000. And that brings me to the third part of this program, the creation of a new Black Entrepreneurship Knowledge Hub. To build back better, we need the best data possible to ensure future funding is more efficient. This hub will identify the barriers standing in the way of Black entrepreneurs and highlight opportunities for future growth. To get the right input from communities, the hub will be run by Black-led business organizations in partnership with universities and colleges. Moving forward, Statistics Canada will continue to collect disaggregated data to better understand the needs of Black entrepreneurs.
So Marty had a good question here. He says, how many Black entrepreneurs set up successful businesses as a result of this program? I bet it's probably a zero. Where did the money go? That was just after Trudeau got down on his knees with the Black Lives Matter, right, during the incident, right, the worldwide incident. So, yeah. We're just being fleeced, like completely fleeced. We've got,
This morning,
oh, shut up, Trudeau.
I can announce that the
No,
government...
you can't, shut up. There's, another one here, which, where is it? Let's go back to the big worldwide cough here for a minute, because we gotta never forget the stuff that they pushed on us, and the insanity of it. This one here is 2 minutes long, and here we go.
We have some new research to share with you from Sunnybrook tonight that is sure to spark debate.
It suggests people who refuse the vaccine have a higher chance of getting into a traffic accident. Our health reporter Pauline Chan explains.
The study looked at 10 million Ontario adults and more than 6,000 traffic accidents.
I've looked after many patients hospitalized with COVID and many other patients hospitalized because of traffic crashes. And I've been struck by the similarities between the two groups.
Dr. Donald Redelmeyer works in both the hospital wards and the emergency department at Sunnybrook.
Our theory is that on adults who do not follow public health recommendations may also not follow the rules of the road.
Redelmeyer says there are also increased traffic risks for other groups, such as young men and adults with sleep apnea, but the risk associated with vaccine hesitancy was significantly higher.
Second only to the risk associated with a diagnosis of alcohol misuse.
Exactly how big an increase in risk is there for the COVID unvaccinated?
It's about a 72% increase in risk. For perspective, the average adult during the average year has about a 2% a chance of a traffic crash. And so a 72% relative increase bumps it up over 3%.
Dr. Redelmeyer says he's already received some negative responses to his study, sometimes laced with expletives, but he says he doesn't want unvaccinated people to feel persecuted, just to be careful about their exposure to COVID-19 and traffic dangers. Still, he thinks encouragement for vaccinations might be warranted.
Might be a wise maneuver if automobile insurance companies get involved and they decide to give a 5% discount for individuals who've got proof of vaccination.
Pauline Chan, CTV News.
So, okay, so he came out with those statistics, right? I've got a statistic for him, people like him, that about 92% of statistics are made up right on the spot, and about 85% of the people believe them whether they're accurate or not. That's my statistic I just come up with. What else? I am going the wrong way. I'm scrolling the wrong way. Oh, shut up. There's a... I don't want to hear you. Okay. We will go over to the great land, the great country, the great land of Pakistan. So, the Pakistanis are, I will say, creative, maybe, but they did come up with, this guy here, this gentleman here, come up with his own idea I bet he did thought this up all by himself. Probably should have went on a diet first. So here we are. He's going on his test flight. And we'll watch this guy jump off this rock here with these new wings that he built. Oops, that didn't work out. But he crawled back up the rock, so he can try it again maybe. Different angle. They're coming into our country too. But we got the Rocky Mountains. Good place for them to try. We'll even show them where they are. We'll show them the highest cliff. He needed more elevation. He was too low. He's got to get up higher. It might work if he gets up higher. We got to tell him now. You got to go on a higher cliff and jump off. So, yeah, back to Canada. We had Carney, I think I've got it here, on his trip to meet Zelensky in Halifax. Maybe I don't. It was a 3-hour tour. I think it was. But here it is. This is a quick one. It's only 32 seconds. So he jumps on the plane in Ottawa, flies to Halifax to dish out $2.5 billion to the little gangster. So there he goes. There's it.
We're announcing today further economic assistance for Ukraine. $2.5 billion worth of economic assistance.
So $2.5 billion, that brings Canada up to around 25 billion, I believe, or 28 billion. I've seen as high as 32. I've lost count. And the thing is, nobody knows where the money went. So, and then the little money grubber Zelensky flew on down to Washington to see President Trump. But the thing is, he just stopped in here to grab a quick $2.5 billion of cash and then be on his way. What's up with that? Where's that money going? How much is being coming back and as a kickback into Carney's pocket? Right? Maybe a couple mil. That's the problem. And look, we got people living in tents. They're starving, and they have no hope whatsoever. Now, meanwhile, over in Ukraine, they're still trying to grab people off the street, eh? And this guy here, they went after him, and he just said, oh, hell no, I'm not going out there. You're not putting me out there in the front lines. But they tried to grab him, and here's what happened. Couldn't quite catch him, eh? that guy can run. So, Lynn, you wish Trump would give up on Ukraine? Yes, I wish he would too. I wish this clown show we've got would, but there's too much money coming back here. So, yeah. So now, after all that terrible stuff, maybe it's time for a little humor, right? Everybody likes a little joke or a little gag now and then, or a chuckle, especially when it comes to animals and humans. And one more, just one more thing here. It's very disgusting before we get into the chuckles. This is Jason Kenney. I never thought of him as a real conservative anyways. It says here, Mark Carney, Ukraine's cause, freedom, democracy, sovereignty is Canada's cause. No, it's not. At this critical juncture, we are reinforcing our support with up to $2.5 billion in new loan guarantees and other whatever it goes on to say. Jason Kenney, thank you for this leadership, Prime Minister. Proud that Canada continues to stand with the brave people of Ukraine against Putin's unprovoked and murderous war of aggression. Jason Kenney. For all of the mega North alt-right trolls who are angry about this and want us to abandon Ukraine to Putin, just remember you're part of the 6% strongly opposed. I think it's a little more than 6%. You know what, Kenny? Hit the road. He's out of it now anyways. All he is a mouthpiece on the left-wing MSM bought-out propaganda media. So, loser. I don't know what they get out of it, but anyways. Okay, so let's see if we can get a couple of chuckles in here anyways. I like the animals, you know. I like nature. I like the animals. This one here, you know, they say crows are smart. They say crows are very smart. Sometimes crows like to have fun. I think I'm at the beginning of this. It did it again too. It flew back with it and went for another slide. Hey, why not? Crows get bored too, eh? And there was this one here. This one here. You know, you'll see people that leave their dogs in a car and people get upset, you know, because, oh, they shouldn't leave the dog in there unattended. Or so this, just drenched my mouse. Poured something all over my mouse. Liquid. Okay, this one here. All this is the sign in the window. It says, he's okay. He has water and treats. I'm inside shopping. He's happier here. Thank you. Well, his wife's got a sense of humor anyways, eh? Hang on, something moved when I hit my mouse. Sorry about that. So, and then remember the you're old enough. Come on, I know a lot of you are. To remember the Bugs Bunny cartoons, right? Remember I always liked the Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner, eh? It was always a blast when I was a kid watching that. You know, he always failed, eh? But anyways, check this one out.
There's a roadrunner! Ellen, there's a coyote chasing it! They're still keeping up with us! Ellen, there's a coyote chasing it! They're still keeping up with us!
Well, Wiley couldn't catch him, could he? And then we have this one. Squirrels are a bit squirrely, right? Check out this squirrel. I gotta kill the music again. Sure, the dog can smell the squirrel. You just can't find it. So, dog couldn't catch the squirrel either. Coyote couldn't catch a roadrunner, and the dog couldn't catch the squirrel. Sorry, I have to kill the music. Now this one here, dogs are very intelligent. And this one here learned fairly fast. When it comes to food, it's only 15 seconds. Okay, fool me once, shame on me. Shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. Third time, no way. I'm getting the grub. And more dogs, eh? Dogs meet for the first time. Neighborly dogs. Over a fence. Become buddies. They look like they're having fun meeting each other for the first time anyways. It says first time. I don't know if it is or not. Well, it looks like they're just checking each other out. How long before one of them actually clears the fence? It won't take too long, right? John, oh, red bone, yeah. Sometimes you get away with a little tiny bit of a clip, but how do they... You probably never ever thought about this one, but how do they clean the trains in India? They do it like this.
That's just on the rail, mate. That's from just there, just to the left.
Guess where he pushed it?
Where?
On the track.
Really? Amazing.
Unreal, mate. All of it just shoved onto the track. Yeah, you see me filming as well, I didn't care.
I just brushed it out onto the tracks. There's no river to throw it in, so I just brushed on the tracks. They're here too, right? They're coming in, bringing their old habits with them. And got any cat lovers? Get some cat videos. Cats are different. Here's a cat and some ducks. Cat saved the ducks, the ducklings, from the snake. So I got another cat video here. It looks like, oh, let's look at some dumb people then instead. Well, I'll get to the other cats here in a minute. So, they're having some fun. Family. What's this, swing?
Oh no.
I bet he's in the doghouse after that. And then, poor mom with her daughter here on this one. She's trying to teach her while she's on the phone. Look at the look on her. She's thinking, how did I raise such a stupid daughter? People out there like that. That's a scary thought. Let's go back to the animals. They're a little smarter. We got this one here. I can even play the audio on this one. Little guy with the dogs. Don't mess with mama's pups. Here's some driving lessons. Not sure how this one was done. Could be AI. Little driving lessons here. We got the backseat driver. That's going to be AI. I can't see that being real. But that cat looks very familiar. And I believe it is this one here. This sure looks like that's the same cat, but I don't know. It's hard to tell what's real these days, isn't it? So, you know, like the ambulance chasers and all that stuff. But this cat here, well, maybe it's trying for an insurance claim or for the owner or something. Oh. I don't know. Was it trained? Cats do the darndest things, eh? And I had this one here. The guy gets pulled over by the cops. This guy has a little chat with the cops.
Hey, sir. You know why I pulled you over tonight?
Yeah, I got a pretty good idea. Hey, I got a big favor to ask you. You mind if I step out of the car for a minute?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
All right, thanks. Yep. Let's step back here.
Okay.
So you saw the lady in the passenger seat, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well that's my wife, and the lady in the back seat. Did you see her?
Yeah.
Let me ask you this though: are you married?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. All right. Here we go. So that's the mother-in-law in the back, right? Those two got in a huge fight this morning, and the mother-in-law insisted we take her home right away. So that's what I'm trying to do: get her home. I'm worried they're going to make up, and then, you know, she's going to live with us another 6 months, right? So I got to get her home before those two make up, okay?
All right, so I'm going to give you a full police escort. Okay. I'm going to turn on the sirens, keep the lights on. By the glory of God, we will get you there. Now get
let's go.
Yep.
You know that's staged, eh? But they did a good job on it. This is in Kitchener, Ontario.
I thought. And this guy's here,
This is in Kitchener, Ontario. We've all seen these people on the street, in the parking lots, all these fraudsters.
I'm out here at Sobeys, and these guys are out here. Lost my job, 2 kids, playing a fake accordion, which is what I thought. And this guy's here, he's got a sign that just says scammers with an aeroplane. Oh, our hero.
Well, there's a guy that's thinking, and they have no idea what's on his sign, so trying to let people know that don't give them any money.
Sir, you know
That's great. Those two got...
Stop. Sometimes the audio stays on these if I don't get it. Now, did I have another pet animal video or stupid humans? This one here, this was in Washington State, in Seattle. Now, it's amazing how stupid some cops are. And it's amazing how sly some of these criminals are. So this one here, she put up with him for a while in traffic. There is no audio on this one. He's out on the freeway, wandering around. The police are there. They're not doing anything. They're about to do something, but confusing. Cops calling him over. So and there he goes. Chief, I'm gonna be late getting back to the office. I'll have to explain it when I get there. You send a car out to pick me up. What a sucker. She, unbelievable. This one here was in, this was in the United States of America. Doesn't say what state, but the woman has had enough. She has had her fill. And good for her. What the way the schools are these days. So there she is. She's got her hands on the pride flag, or whatever it is now.
Wait.
I'm not paying my money. Get out the boy. Get out this house now. Why do you have this hanging? And why do you have this hanging up? It's part of the students. No, it's not part of anything. That is uncalled for. We are paying you to teach history, and that's what you need to be teaching. Excuse me, this is a public school, little lady. You are a you smile upon the side. No. History is exactly where it is. In the bar. You need to go in the bar. And I'm teaching my son to grow up to be a man. Yeah. And I don't want you hanging up flags. I'm calling security. Hanging flags up. So you can sit up there and teach them the type of stuff I'm trying to keep them away from.
I told you what would happen. I told you somebody here gonna get mad.
You need to be teaching history. No, you need to be teaching history. Shut up. No, get out. I'm not getting that nowhere. I'm not getting that nowhere. Hey, no, you don't tell my son. They were talking to me. And my son ain't failing. He needs to be better than you got a flag hanging it up with you. Over the United States of America. You need to.
I get a kick out of her son. What grade is that? The guy's got a full beard. Don't talk to my mom that way. But then again, it's got nothing to do with history. And this is a little how-to video I thought was pretty cool. It's some time saving if you want to try this. It doesn't catch fire. It's pretty slick, actually. I think that's a pretty cool idea. You know? Looks like it just might work. Failed several times already, no kidding. Did I have that on video? I thought I did. I'll run it one more time just in case I screwed up. Fast, easy way to do it. There are some smart humans out there, even online. So that was a lot of the videos I had set aside. If you enjoyed the animal ones, I get a kick out of them. I almost maybe wanted to go get myself a dog. I had actually looked at the shelter, but one said they had 8 dogs. They said one the description was it pees when it gets excited. And I said, I don't want that in my truck. So another one, don't have this one around any other dogs or cats. So it sounds not real sociable, and that's why they're still in there, I guess. So, anyways, I think those were the video clips I had set aside. So, now that I figured out what was going on with the overloaded of the CPU, we could, oh heck, why not? Let's do the, this is from the CCFR, Canadians Coalition for Firearm Rights, and they had Pierre and Anna, his wife, on for an interview. It's just a 3-minute video, or just over 3 minutes. We'll listen to what Pierre had to say here. And 13 Ends did that with Raps this week. Right on. You're already ahead of the game.
The waitress told me she carries bear spray with her on the TTC because she's so terrified that she's going to be attacked.
This campaign was particularly unique, whether it was the collapse of the NDP or, the involvement of the United States or Prime Minister Trudeau resigning and Carney coming in. It's really like an extraordinary campaign and election. What did it teach you?
It taught me to focus on my purpose, which is to make this a country where anyone can afford food, afford homes, afford to have hope again. And we ran on a campaign of hope. In fact, the polling showed that those who were voting on an impulse of hope were voting for us. So that was positive. But we have to build, some people say, well, you should throw all that away and go to the more fear-based approach of the Liberals. But I don't accept that. I think we need to provide people with hope.
Yeah.
Now more than ever, people feel hopeless. And what I worry most about is that Canadians will just accept the unaffordable, dangerous, indebted situation Liberals have created and say, oh, well, I guess there's nothing that can be done. Could be worse. Well, it could be better. And my job is to sell hope that people who work hard, no matter what their beginnings, will be able to have a great life, start a family, launch a business, be rewarded for their success.
Feel like they can do that.
Yeah, feel safe again on their streets. Right. Feel safe hopping on the TTC rather than the waitress. I literally just had lunch, and the waitress told me she carries bear spray with her on the TTC because she's so terrified that she's going to be attacked. That's unacceptable.
Yeah.
And my message to her is, you don't have to live like this.
Right.
We can do better than this in Canada.
We have to do better.
We will do better, and the better is what we're running on.
And what would you do day one as Prime Minister in that regard?
Well, I would I would scrap all the Liberal bail and soft on crime laws that have unleashed this chaos. It's a very, very simple problem. I know politicians love to complicate things. People love to say, oh, it's not that simple. Actually, it is really simple. We have a tiny group of criminals who do a phenomenal amount of crime, like literally hundreds of crimes per person. You take them off the street, you put them in jail, and you all of a sudden have a much safer community for everybody to live in. And so you got to scrap Liberal bail, Liberal parole, Liberal catch and release, shut down the borders to criminals. Right now they come in unvetted as part of mass immigration. We're going to shut down unvetted entry of foreign criminals into our country. And that waitress, she's going to be able to get on the TTC and enjoy a podcast or a book,
Totally.
and feel totally
Jay's
safe
podcast.
that she's your podcast, actually.
Without
she'll-
the fear.
Without
of
any
being
fear
mugged
that, exactly.
or stabbed or
Yeah,
something. Yeah, we need
exactly.
that on the horizon for sure.
So that's the hope that people have to look forward to.
So
The waitress told me.
it amazes me that he didn't win. You know, I'm just gonna see. Just bear with me here for 1 minute. I want to see if I can get something. Come back here. It's not what I want. They're trying to make me post it. I'm doing a search. Sorry about that, folks. Bear with me. And let's see if I can get it here. It should come up because it was pretty popular at the time. I know people that fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. I even followed a car the other day, yesterday actually, and I was just gobsmacked that these people are still out there. Strange that, anyways, he did manage to squeak one out, and now he's trying to steal it, was bribing people to cross the floor. He's a dirtbag, and he'll do anything and everything he can to try to get that coveted majority. If he does, we're done for. The country's done for. Just pray that he doesn't get it. He's running it like he's got a majority anyways. So, where'd he go? You probably know what I'm looking for. While I'm looking, I watched a short video on The Simpsons on their predictions for 2026. It goes back 4 years. It's all for the United States. They're talking about mass evacuation from New York City due to flooding and chain earthquakes on the West Coast. That's been happening anyways. If you watch Silky, I think it is, she's in Vancouver, German woman from Vancouver. She covers all the geological stuff that's going on, and there's been a lot of earthquakes there. Mount Hood up in Oregon, Alaska, BC, California. So I went by one here that kind of gives you the idea, I guess, but man, speaking of The Simpsons, I mean, Carney sure looks like Montgomery Burns. Spitting image. Too bad they didn't predict him. I mean, they tried everything. They tried everything they could. They did this. Remember this one? Here. Like, this is just Oh, here we go. Anyways, look at this one. It's only 3 minutes. I'll only torture you for 3 minutes. Keep your elbows up. This is from Global News, propaganda station.
Elbows up. Elbows up.
It's the slogan that propelled the Liberals to a comeback victory. But less than 4 months later, Mark Carney admits his elbows are now down.
You know, when you're late in the game, dropping the gloves and taking the extra penalty might not be the best thing to do. And that's the situation we're in.
Sorry.
The day after speaking with Donald Trump, Carney announcing Canada's latest concession, a removal of counter tariffs on goods covered under the Canada-US-Mexico free trade deal, like orange juice, appliances, and motorcycles.
We're matching what the United States has done.
Okay, so that wasn't the one. I don't want to listen to this guy anyways. Don't think you guys want to listen to him anyways. But yeah, Mike Myers and that the wife is. It's funny because I did a little job for a woman here, and she said she didn't follow politics much, but she said Mark Carney's wife. She said, I heard that she's really smart. I said, did you? I said, well, she could be smart. I said, her name is Diana Fox Carney, right? She said, yeah, okay, yeah. I said, her aunt's name? And she said, no. I said, Frances Fox Piven. And she's still alive. I think she's 98 years old. Oh. I said, Frances Fox Piven was smart in her own way. Her and her late husband, Cloward, I forget Cloward's first name, but I said they created the Cloward pivot strategy. They tried to overthrow the government of the United States, but they didn't accomplish it. She looked at me like I had 3 heads, right? And I said, yeah, she's full-on communist, and her daughter is just like, or her niece is just like her. They tried to bring in communism, kind of like they're doing here in Canada now. She started to pay attention. I was surprised. I told her a couple of other things that kind of woke her up. So, she wants me to do more work for her, so maybe that's why she just pretended to wake up. But I think so. She watches TV. I was in another one's house there, and I was helping, giving them a hand with their dishwasher install, and I heard something going on the TV while the owner was laying on his back trying to screw down the leveling feet on the dishwasher. I peeked around the corner. Yeah, CBC News Network running all day long, repeating over and over again. They hate Trump. They think Pierre is just a greasy snake. They're so glad that Carney won. And I'm seeing the odd elbows up sticker on vehicles. Odd, very odd, but they're out there. And I think, wow, you're that dumb and you got a driver's license. That's scary. I don't know, folks. If I bring up immigration, they agree. Oh no, that's just too many immigrants. Okay. Taxes are pretty high. Oh yeah, we're getting taxed to death. Yeah. Cost of living's up. Hey, look at the price of food. Oh my God, they say I just can't. I hate going to the grocery store. Yeah. Gas is high, isn't it? Oh yeah, it's terrible. It costs so much to fill my vehicle up. Yeah, it's a good thing we got that Liberal government in now, Carney, right? Come in to save us. Oh yeah. It's great that. Yeah, he's smart. He's a banker. They'll agree with everything, but they won't agree with the guy, the criminal at the top. They think, no, he's great. Right? Kind of like John Gotti, I think, hey? Teflon Don. Don, yeah. Nothing sticks. That was like Trudeau, nothing stuck to him either. He's running around, living the life. Got a couple of pensions coming in, hanging out with Katy Perry, and she'll put the skids down here pretty soon anyways. So, but they still watch it. And I tell them, how do you like the CBC programming? If I get a chance, I'll say that. How do you like the CBC programming? Oh, it's okay. It's pretty good. I just look at, you know what I just asked you, right? How do you like the programming? You're being programmed. They actually call it programming. And the light is dim when they look back. It's like they just can't break through to them. It's called programming for a reason. So, anyways, let's do it New Year's Eve. Christmas Eve was a bomb. That didn't work because the studio was overloaded on the CPU. It was running around 75% usage. I'm at 11 now. That's where I should be because I got the power. I got the speed. I had some things that was really dragging it down, so it took me 2 days to figure it out. So, and I should get bored with him, like Barbara Streisand and Pierre Trudeau was boring. Yeah, that's right. It won't last long. And then, maybe he'll go back with his boyfriend. Remember that guy that dated Trudeau spoke out? That was hushed up pretty quick, wasn't it? So, yeah. See you on Eve. Good night, Marie. Yes, folks, we'll wind it down here now. So thank you very much for joining in. It's great seeing you all here. I hope you enjoyed those little animal clips. I like looking at some of them, but I miss having a dog. But I don't like kind. I'd like to have, I guess, a shepherd, something that'll bite the butt on somebody that's giving me a hard time or chase them out of the yard. So, but it's a big commitment. Okay, folks, I won't hang in here any longer. Have a good evening, the rest of you, wherever you are, and let's do it New Year's Eve. We'll see you then. Bye for now. God bless.